There's nothing that any of us wants more than to become ourselves, whatever that is, whatever form that might take, and you'll discover that there's always a process. It's an ongoing process as long as you are alive. But sometimes you might resist that, or you might not want to become yourself. You might fear yourself or think that there's something within you that maybe shouldn't be seen by others. And I know that one because I did that for the longest time. And I was thinking today, I went back to find a file. I was a vocal coach for many years. Many people know that. And in 2013, after many people started finding the Wilhelm messages, I was contacted by a book agent because they were loving this information. They said this should be a book, and they wanted me to do a proposal. And I called the proposal Becoming You. I said it's going to be a guide for a person to become their authentic self. And then I laid out the way that it would work, not knowing what I was doing or I just knew that all these years of receiving the messages from Wilhelm, I knew they were supposed to do something. And I wrote it in that proposal. I hadn't seen it in years. I just found it again today. And it reminded me of what my mission was, and that was guiding people to their authentic selves. But I hid from myself because it came about in a way that I couldn't explain. You may have something like that as well. When we come into the world, we're meant to bring something new. We're meant to become our unique selves. And we may fear that. And I certainly did. And it's usually the fear that we feel about judgment from others, or maybe this isn't supposed to be us, or maybe it's too big what we're feeling. That's never true. And that's what I've discovered. Because you could have the vision, but you just may not believe that you could do it. Now I know that I can do it. It took me all those years, and now I have to become myself so I can help others become their selves. That's what I wrote in the book. It was going to be a book, but now it's turned into work. It's turned into a program, a gift. But I have to finish it because I'm still becoming myself, as you can still do as well. But I wanted you to have this because this is why I must change. What I've discovered is that Wilhelm has given us a philosophy that works for anyone, and it's the first verified personal development program ever. That's what has come up. I couldn't have known that because I had to live it. And what I'm saying is that we move through the process of self-actualization, personal development, or maybe ascension if you think of it that way. I lived all of that, and that's what went into this work. And it was a difficult life. It was really so many things that I went through. And I've always cared about others, and I thought nobody else has to go through this. I didn't know how that was going to happen, but now I do. But I had to get verification as well. I had to look at all of this information, even though I'm at 75 and everything has changed. I had to understand why it happened. And you may have something like that as well. You could be the next person to develop the next great thing when you decide to do more self-discovery. That's all it is, and it just takes a while for us to do it. That's all. Enjoy this article that I wrote earlier, but I had to really become honest about this because our world is changing. We've all felt that, and so that's causing each of us to find that next part of who we're meant to become. Your life is valuable. It has purpose and meaning. It just unfolds as you live and become willing to see it. Sometimes we resist it, as I did, but I'm no longer going to do that one. All right, see you soon.